So, if you don't know, Superman has a mermaid girlfriend, and there's this issue with the way that her stories usually go, because every time she meets Superman, he's like, I'm in love with you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, but she's like, I love you too, but blah blah blah, and I'm mentally seducing you or whatever, and she's psychic and whatever. Like, there's this psychic seduction coming from her, and she never, ever, 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 even though it's very clear that she's in love with him, she never, ever, 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 like, stays with him. And it's very weird, but she does stay with this other guy who's also a mermaid and later got retconned as a space mermaid and whatever. And I think Superman had figured out a way to get immunity from her mermaid seduction. And I'm like, why the hell doesn't she just hook up with Superman? And of course, there's a storytelling reasons, because idiots want Superman to end up with Lois Lane. Like, the correct answer for Superman's ultimate girlfriend is Alicia Baker. Yeah. Anyway, my feeling is that Laurie's, I think her name was Laurie, Laurie's, story should be retooled in the following way. I think she should come from a small town. I think her family should have psychic control over a small town as psychic mermaids. And I think that she should leave her small town and go to Kansas to try and find a Kryptonian, no, the whole him dating her in high school, that's stupid. No, she should leave her small town in an effort to leave behind the guilt of her family mind controlling a small town, a harbor town or a port town. And the small town should get rich and rich and richer, so the family of the mermaid girl should get rich and richer and richer and richer as a spy op for the underground Aquaman adjacent kingdoms that Aquaman's royal family controls. So I think the best drama you can mine from this is that she is from a family of spies, and she's trying to get away from her family, doing like a solo mission in a wheelchair, and Clark stumbles onto her, and then he falls in love with her because she keeps sticking around him, and there's this psychic energy from her that infatuates him. And she never really wants to commit because she knows that she's mentally manipulating him. And Superman keeps running into her later in life, but she's like, I cannot tell you about the secret, infiltration of society, blah, 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 blah. So she plays it off as, oh, her family has, been doubling as humans in this small town using this necklace to get legs and walk around, but it's like fake snobby bullshit and blah blah blah, and that could really result in some intrigue later down the line when Superman realizes that Aquaman's kingdoms have been spying on the surface world, so he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, because now he has to expose the underwater kingdom's infiltration of the surface world, because that's the right thing to do. But at the same time, when he does expose it, he's gonna make the situation worse for the geopolitics of the underwater kingdom and blah blah blah. But then all these town folks have been lied to and manipulated over the decades. So how does a man in Superman's position handle that responsibility? And that's the Superman story you should do with Superman's mermaid girlfriend.